Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining us for our 2023 Truth in Tuition hearing. I'm Sean Wood. I'm a communications manager here in University Marketing and Communications. I just want to start by saying this meeting is being recorded and will be made available after the meeting. But just thank you for joining us. This is really important to the mission of the university. So at the beginning, I would like to start by reading the University Land Acknowledgement Statement. We acknowledge that this land, which is named for the Ute tribe, is the traditional and ancestral home of the Shoshone, Paiute, Goshu, and Ute tribes. The University of Utah recognizes and respects the endearing relationship that exists between many Indigenous peoples and their traditional homelands. We respect the sovereign relationship between tribes, states, and the federal government, and we affirm the University of Utah's commitment to a partnership with Native nations, urban Indian communities through research, education, and community outreach activities. All right, so the University of Utah holds this annual Truth in Tuition hearing every year between the end of the Utah legislative session and the Board of Trustees' approval of tuition rates, in order to be transparent and to gather feedback from students to be shared with the Board of Trustees. And we also want to thank our Board of Trustees members who are joining us today virtually via Zoom. So the topics we will be discussing today, we will be hearing from Dr. Mitzi Montoya, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, Jason Atuaia, Interim Associate Vice President for Budget and Finance, Taylor VanderToolen, President of ASUU, Dr. Kerry Case, Chief Sustainability Officer, Dr. Anthony Jones, Executive Director of Scholarship and Financial Aid, Diana Woodbury, Director of Career Services and Presidential Initiative, Dr. Lori McDonald, Vice President for Student Affairs, Jennifer Reed, Associate Vice President of Auxiliary Services, Dr. Thomas Chase Hagood, Senior Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs and Dean of Undergraduate Studies, and Dr. Deborah Keyek-Franssen, Associate Vice President and Dean for University Connected Learning. At the end of the presentation, we will answer a few questions from our audience. So please submit those in the chat feature. We will get to them as timely as we can. If we can't get to them in the middle of the presentations, we will ask them at the end. So as we get started, I'd like to ask each of our presenters to please introduce yourselves. And right now, we'll start off by turning the time over to Provost Montoya, who will talk about the value of a University of Utah degree.
Thank you, Sean. It's great to be here. I'm Mitzi Montoya. It's my privilege to talk about what makes the University of Utah special. It's our goal, certainly, to provide students access to a top-tier education that is also a great value and prepares students for a successful life. One of the things we really work hard to do is to balance between the cost of attending the U and what students gain from being here. So today we're going to talk about some specific benefits that students receive both in and out of the classroom. And here on this first slide, we show some detail around cost. And what's important to note here is that when you compare us to a couple of different groups, one being AAU, that's the Association of American Universities. The U is the second lowest for tuition and fees in the country. That's a group of the 65 leading research universities around the nation. If you look more locally, if we look in the Pac-12, we have the lowest tuition and fees by nearly $2,500 compared to all of our peers. A great example of the value the U offers. Earning a college degree or credential helps students in many ways, including building their network while you're here, developing skills in your major of choice, having the opportunity to have access to all sorts of interesting faculty and leaders, pursuing your passion, and forging a foundation of critical thinking. But it also has financial benefits for students, which is what this chart is showing. In 2020, the national median earnings for those with a bachelor's degree was $59,600. That's 63% higher than median earnings for those who complete high school only, which is $36,600. The median earnings of a University of Utah graduate 6 years after graduation is higher than the national median. It's $60,590, and that's higher than all other public institutions in Utah. And that's for those with a bachelor's degree. The U also has the highest graduation rate among Utah's public institutions, which means you get to work faster and you start that earning. It's also important to note that the U is working very hard to meet the demands of our state and our economy. We help prepare students to be hired for high demand jobs that are essential to growing the Utah and the national economy. We award more STEM degrees, that's science, technology, engineering, math, than all other public institutions in Utah combined, as you can see here on this slide. And through the recent creation of the STEM Education Hub Center, we also plan to provide national leadership and direction for STEM teachers across the country, as well as here in Utah. We are working to increase access to the U, and that means where we are geographically. We have two really important projects in the works right now that will make it easier for students to get to the U. The Juniper Building at the Harriman campus is an innovative collaboration between Salt Lake Community College and the U, and it's on track to open in fall of 2023. Students will be able to earn degrees in high demand fields such as business, education, and various social and behavioral sciences. Students can complete their associate and bachelor's degree in one location with this new innovative partnership. The U West Valley Initiative includes a new hospital that will be forthcoming and health center, as well as educational opportunities on site. The hospital and health center will provide access to world-class care and a holistic approach to community wellness in the West Valley. And then the center will also provide academic advising and career coaching with a flexible schedule so students can balance work while also obtaining degrees and credentials. Being a student at a research university means you have access to some of the greatest thought leaders and nationally renowned scholars in the world through our faculty. Just to give some quick examples, at the U, John Warnock started in the computer science lab and later helped found Adobe and invented PDF file formats. Pixar president and alum Ed Catmull melded his love of art and computer science in the same graduate lab as Warnock. Dr. Robert Jarvik created the world's first permanent artificial heart. The Jarvik 7 heart became a prototype for artificial hearts that are still in use and saving lives today. Going back a bit in history, one of our faculty, Willem Christensen, co-founder of the San Francisco Ballet, also created one of the largest and longest standing dance programs in the country right here at the U. Out of all of the public universities in Utah, the U funds the majority of the research. In fiscal year 2022, our faculty generated $686 million in grant funding on our way to achieving $1 billion in research grants. In turn, we invested over $100 million in research-related goods and services nationally in 2021. Our research boosts the economy and it creates jobs here in Utah for our graduates. Research matters because in addition to creating life-changing technology and saving lives, we also have an impact on our local and national economy and our community, including things like a recent study that we just completed to help develop policy options in ways in which our scientists are helping understand how to save the Great Salt Lake. You're at an amazing university where we're doing really incredible things. I hope you take pride at being at a national leading research university. Our faculty and graduate students, all of our students are working together to create what's next in the world. And we like to believe that when you rub shoulders with giants, it rubs off on you. With that being said, I'm going to turn it over next to Associate Vice President for Budget, Jason Atuaia, about tuition for our next academic year. Thank you.
And Jason, before you get started, I just want to interject. We had the main question that we received in the submission form ahead of this meeting was, is it tuition going to increase for our out-of-state and international students? So I'm sure you're going to get to that in just 1 minute, but I just wanted to ask that question as we lead into your presentation.
Thank you, Sean. And thank you, Dr. Montoya. The short answer, Sean, to that question is there will be no change. It'll remain the same. Just to introduce myself, I am Jason Atuaia, the Interim Associate Vice President for Budget and Finance. I'm going to review our tuition proposal for next fiscal year, how tuition increases have been used, and the next steps in the tuition proposal process. So for fiscal year 2024, which includes summer 2023, fall 2023, and spring 2024, we will not be raising tuition. Our proposal is a 0% increase across the board. There will not be an increase to in-state students. There will not be an increase to out-of-state students. There will be no increases to international students, undergraduate students, or graduate students. There will also not be any new requests to increase differential tuition. So for a full-time in-state undergraduate student taking 15 credit hours, tuition will remain the same at $4,551.41 per semester, so no increases. In regards to how we've used tuition increases in the past, our focus is on supporting our students' success and completion. Now, a key component of that is hiring, training, retaining our amazing faculty and staff. Rapid inflation and supply chain issues have been challenging for all of us. It's added delays to projects, increased the cost of housing, raised wages, and increased turnover and retention. This year, the state legislature approved a generous compensation increase for higher education. We are extremely grateful for the leadership and support that we have from our state legislature and providing us with resources to compete in this very competitive labor market. Now, traditionally, when compensation increases are approved, the state passes 75% of the funding to us. Internally, we then have to find ways to cover the remaining 25%, which may result in a tuition increase. Our commitment to our students this year is we will not raise tuition. Therefore, we will look internally to determine our options related to covering the 25% of the compensation increase that was recently approved. Our promise is that even with a 0% tuition increase, we will not reduce or cut any core services that our students expect to receive by attending the flagship university of the state. We will continue to invest in areas to support student success and improve completion rates along with career placement. One other common question that comes up every year is, are there planned tuition increases in future years? So as of today, we do not know the answer to that question. There's certainly still a lot of uncertainty in the economy in regards to inflation and the labor market. We are continually assessing our costs, seeking efficiencies, and trying to make do with the resources we have. We will have a better sense as time progresses into the next academic year. Before wrapping up our proposal for tuition in the next fiscal year, I want to share an updated graph showing the opportunity cost of delaying graduation. This graph shows the increase in tuition costs and opportunity costs for an undergraduate resident student who graduates beyond 4 years. The opportunity cost that's shown in red is the missed potential of generating a salary with a bachelor's degree because the student is still working to finish their degree. We estimate that about $19,700 is the difference in annual full-time earnings of someone with a 4-year degree compared to someone with some college and no degree. So a student who graduates after 7 years will pay $49,600 in tuition, which is $8,500 more than a student who finishes in 4 years. In addition, this same student missed out on the opportunity to earn $59,100 because of the additional 3 years it took to finish their degree. This is a very simple graph showing the opportunity cost for a student who's unable to finish their degree in 4 years. There are certainly other things that could drive the opportunity cost higher, like inflation, missing out on potential benefits packages, or missing out on capturing retirement contributions and starting retirement investment periods sooner rather than later. This is why the University of Utah is emphasizing our commitment to providing resources that are critical to our student success and graduating as soon as possible. Hiring, training, retaining our amazing faculty and staff, especially in this extremely competitive job market, is part of our investment and commitment. Lastly, there are 2 important dates to keep in mind regarding the tuition approval process. Our tuition fee recommendations will be made at the University of Utah Board of Trustees meeting held on March 14th. Following that week, on March 24th, the Utah Board of Higher Education will review requests and make their decision on approval. However, because we are not requesting a tuition increase this year, the structure may be a little different. I now turn the time over to Taylor VanderToolen, ASUU Student Body President and Chairperson of the General Student Fee Advisory Board.
Great, thank you, Jason. Hello, my name is Taylor VanderToolen. I'm the ASUU Student Body President. I'm happy to announce that the General Student Fee Advisory Board is recommending no increases to the general student fees for fiscal year 2024. This means that fees will remain at $591.89 per semester for a full-time in-state undergraduate student taking 15 credit hours. As ASUU Student Body President, I chair the General Student Fee Advisory Board. So the advisory board is made up of 9 members, 5 appointed student members, and 4 appointed members from faculty or staff. The structure of the advisory board was recently implemented to ensure it was student-led and that student voices are being heard regarding general student fees. The main purpose of the advisory board is to oversee the process to establish, revise, maintain, or repeal general student fees. And after evaluating the general student fees, the advisory board then makes a recommendation to the University of Utah Board of Trustees. So this next graph here shows each of the 14 general student fees that are charged per semester, and it's sorted from highest to lowest. So the fee distribution for fiscal year 2023 matches our proposal for fiscal year 2024. Our general student fees are dedicated to specific purposes, such as building revenue bonds for the Student Life Center and other buildings that benefit students. And then they also support extracurricular student activities, such as through the ASUU activity fee, fine arts, and sustainability fees. Additional student services such as mental health, health services, computer labs, and athletics are also covered in these fees. More information on general student fees can be found online by searching for University of Utah General Student Fees or by visiting the web link that's shown on this slide. And thank you. I'll turn the time now over to Kerry.
Thanks so much, Taylor. I'm Kerry Case. I'm the Chief Sustainability Officer here at the University of Utah. And sustainability is one of the U's core values. And student tuition and fees directly support our sustainability efforts in a couple of ways that I want to talk with you about today. First is the Sustainable Campus Initiative Fund, often referred to as SCIF, which has been in place since 2010 when ASUU proposed it as a way for students to help address sustainability challenges on campus. This $2.50 per student per semester fee provides grant funding for U students, staff, and faculty to implement projects that improve both campus and community sustainability. And it provides excellent opportunities for students to apply their learning in a real-world setting and be part of creating a more sustainable U. Since 2010, SCIF has supported 279 different projects and allocated over $1.6 million to sustainability work on campus. Funded projects have come from 14 different colleges and 2 non-academic departments. And this past year included support for air quality monitoring on campus, environmental justice art installations, and bird research on Red Butte Creek, among other things. So the second way tuition and fees support sustainability is through the Sustainable Energy Fund, or SEF. The SEF is a revolving loan fund that helps the university carry out projects to improve energy efficiency while reinvesting utility savings to fund more efficiency projects. As savings from previous projects pay back the amount borrowed from the fund, those tuition dollars can be put to work again and again, essentially helping create a sustainable funding source for sustainability work. Most recently, this fund helped implement LED lighting upgrades in several buildings on campus. And ultimately, all this good sustainability work is paying off. And the U is making progress in achieving our sustainability goals. We're the only higher education institution in Utah to earn a gold rating from the Sustainability Tracking Assessment and Rating System. And we're number 11 among US universities for the amount of energy we have that's provided by renewable sources. Today, over half our electricity comes from renewables. Our buildings are 25% more efficient than they were a decade ago. And we've dramatically reduced our campus water use, all while our campus and student population have grown. I'm really grateful for the support from student tuition and fees to help make this a reality. So I want to turn time over now to Anthony Jones, who will tell us more about our student enrollment numbers.
Thank you, Kerry, and hello, I'm Anthony Jones, Executive Director of the Office of Scholarships and Financial Aid. In turning our attention to looking at our enrollment, this slide provides data on total enrollment at the U. Overall enrollment has increased steadily across the last decade. As noted in the previous slide, the U has experienced steady increased enrollment growth overall. However, the data on this slide demonstrate what a 1% growth from last year would look like for the graduate student population, as well as for undergraduates, and then the combined overall. Naturally, actual enrollment changes may vary. In terms of scholarships and financial aid, the U works hard to ensure students have access to a range of financial aid options. Students at the U received over $343 million in all forms of financial aid, of which more than $140 million is represented by scholarship assistance. As these data indicate, more than 30,000 students completed the FAFSA form, which is the primary application for determining eligibility for a range of scholarship and financial aid programs. Also of note is that 75% of the new first-time students receive scholarship and grant assistance, of which nearly 2/3 of that is from institutional funding sources. Now I'll turn it over to Diana.
Hello, I'm Diana Woodbury. I'm a director at Career Services and pleased to introduce some new exciting options for students here in Career Services. A common complaint in higher education is that career services are often understaffed and under-resourced. This is surprising, as you can see the majority of students state that improved career outcomes are a determining factor in their decision to pursue a degree. President Taylor Randall's vision for the university's impact on the state's economy and on the quality of student lives includes an expansion and revitalization of career services. This effort includes personalized career coaching and high-touch outreach to employers to support every student on campus. The Career Success Presidential Initiative was launched in January 2023. The initiative replicates the model that has fostered 7 years of increasing placement and compensation growth for graduates of the David Eccles School of Business, and expands that model to reach additional schools across the university with the aim of boosting student employment outcomes. The initial pilot includes the Department of Communication in the College of Humanities, the College of Science, the School of Social and Cultural Transformation, and the Department of Film and Media Arts in the College of Fine Arts. Each program is staffed with experienced career coaches who specialize in working with their specific student populations. They are supported by an expanded team of corporate outreach professionals who work with a growing list of partner companies that seek the talent that students in these colleges offer. Personalized services for students range from exploring career options, self-branding, learning to network, securing internships and work-related projects, to resume writing, practicing interview skills, and negotiating employment offers. In tandem with many career-related activities, including fairs, expos, workshops, info sessions, club and organization events held across campus and virtually, students are well prepared to succeed beyond their expectations. Another emphasis is on increased experiential learning, regardless of major or career choice. Through projects, research, case competitions, volunteerism, internships, and co-ops started as soon as students begin their education, their options upon graduating are exponentially expanded. We encourage students to take early advantage of all the career services offered at the university. They are included in the cost of your education and promise to build your confidence, increase your resources, and enhance your lifetime opportunities. And now let's hear from Lori McDonald.
Thank you, Diana. I'm Lori McDonald, Vice President for Student Affairs. And similar to what you have just heard about the investment in career services, in addition to what is happening in the classroom, the University of Utah recognizes that students need support outside of the classroom to be successful in their academics and to get to graduation. And we strive to provide a very holistic variety of student services for students to use occasionally, regularly, as often as they need. When I say holistic support, it includes, but certainly is not limited to, things like academic resources, tutoring, libraries. It also includes health and wellness resources like recreation and disability services. And there are a multitude of campus safety, campus transportation, campus technology services for students and our community to rely on while our students are studying. So this slide lists a number of, the previous slide lists a number of just a few examples of everything from our student union to the Veteran Support Center and the Financial Wellness Center. And one in particular that Taylor actually mentioned, a type of service is student mental health services that we have had significant input from students, very much appreciated on what their needs are, what they're looking for, and how they can support it. So the U has made a very intentional investments in student mental health services over the past few years, including increasing the number of counselors who are available in our centers like the University Counseling Center. But we are also now offering 24/7 virtual support with licensed mental health counselors through an app called My Student Support Program. We also recognize that individual and group counseling is not the only resource for student mental health development, awareness, and developing coping and resiliency skills. And so we have also invested in many more skills workshops, mindfulness programs, trainings like mental health first aid. And we also have invested in digital programs that are available, again, 24/7, like the U at Utah platform, which is designed for students to explore their strengths, manage stress, set particular goals, and have resources right at their fingertips. You can see studentaffairs.utah.edu/mental health for more details. And now I will turn the time to Associate Vice President Jen Reed to highlight auxiliary services.
Thank you, Lori. Hello, my name is Jennifer Reed, and I'm the Associate Vice President of Auxiliary Services. In auxiliary services, we are committed to providing excellent customer service to students as they learn, live, recreate, and build a community on campus. At the campus store, we provide more than a retail experience for the campus community. Our course materials delivery programs have evolved, and through inclusive access, students can have access to digital textbooks prior to the first day of class. E-Tex saves students 70 to 80% off retail prices and are a much more sustainable option for course material delivery. Through this program, U students have saved approximately $6.5 million to date. In support of campus safety initiatives, Commuter Services provides a safe ride program, providing rides at no charge throughout campus at night. We also allow students to park in A-permit stalls, which are the closest to the academic center and other high-use buildings after 3 p.m. with their less expensive U permits. Commuter Services has upgraded lighting and surface parking lots and parking garages so that walking to and from parking and classes at night is less stressful, and we have added additional security cameras in these same areas. We have a variety of partnerships that support student success, including our partnership with the Utah Transit Authority that allows all students unlimited access to UTA vehicles without having to pay fare to ride. We also are engaged with PepsiCo, our pouring rights partner, who provides internships and job opportunities for students along with product donations for events. In support of the campus's climate action goals, Auxiliary Services has shifted the majority of the campus shuttle fleet to compressed natural gas fueled vehicles. We provide transit rides across campus to encourage commuting students to leave their single occupancy vehicles at home. And I'll now turn the time over to Chase.
Thanks so much, Jen. I'm Chase Hagood, the Senior Associate Vice President for Academic Affairs and the Dean of Undergraduate Studies here at the University of Utah. It is an exciting time in the Office of Undergraduate Studies. We are in the midst of reimagining general education at the U, ensuring that our general education curriculum truly serves students, provides opportunities for meaningful exploration and major confirmation, supports transfer students, facilitates persistence and timely completion, and complies with state policy and accreditation requirements. The Undergraduate Council and the university's Board of Trustees recently approved a proposal from the General Education Curriculum Committee to revise the structure of general education and baccalaureate degree requirements at the U. This, along with continued work with colleges, schools, and departments, will position the university's curriculum to better serve all undergraduate students on their path to degree completion. This next slide provides a quick overview of some of our most innovative programs and services. They speak to both student success as well as faculty success. We know the vital role of our faculty in the work of student success. With an average of 6.84 million contacts hours per semester, it is clear that faculty success provides the framework for student success. In undergraduate studies, we have adopted a student-driven, data-informed, and action-oriented approach to undergraduate education. Our services, and indeed the overarching structure of undergraduate studies, are designed to strategically serve students, faculty, staff, and communities in ways that we know will lead to greater student success. Across the three categories seen here, undergraduate studies seeks to empower equitable access and transformative opportunities for every student at the University of Utah. And lastly, students first is at the heart of our philosophy in undergraduate studies, where we have a holistic approach to student success. It is our top priority to ensure an exceptional educational experience across the U that is accessible, challenging, and transformative. Our mission is to enhance equitable experiences and lead in collaborative institutional efforts focused on persistence, time to degree, career success, and civic engagement. And as a complement to a decades-long increase in retention and completion, in the fall of 2022, the University of Utah joined the University Innovation Alliance, a leading national coalition of public research universities committed to raising graduation rates across American higher education. I'll now turn it over to AVP and Dean, my colleague, Deb Keyek-Franssen.
Thank you, Chase. It's really good to be here today. Thank you all for coming here, and I hope you pepper us with questions in a few minutes. As Chase said, I'm Deborah Keyek-Franssen, AVP and Dean for University Connected Learning, or UCL. UCL is responsible for the University of Utah's online portfolio, as well as a wide range of continuing and professional education opportunities. So we offer a wide range of undergraduate degree programs that can be completed entirely online. You can see a list of them there at the undergraduate level. These programs are designed to provide students with the flexibility and convenience they need to balance their education with other obligations such as work or family. Some of the programs that are available include nursing, an MBA, social work, sociology, and along with in-person courses offered at our location in Sandy, Utah, these online options are an excellent choice for working adults and students who are returning to the U to complete their degrees. The U also offers a growing number of online graduate degree programs. These programs are designed for students who are looking to advance their careers or pursue further education in their field of choice. You can see the number of programs that are available, including the MBA, Master of Business Creation was just launched, Master of Healthcare Administration, Nursing Education, Nursing Informatics, Social Work, and Master of Arts in Teaching, Fine Arts. along with in-person courses in our St. George, Utah location. Those courses are offered as interactive video classes that meet with students on the main campus. These online options are excellent choices for working adults who want to seek graduate credentials without either moving to Salt Lake City or commuting to campus. You can see from our rankings that the University of Utah's online programs are highly ranked by U.S. News and World Report and going up in the rankings over time. We're especially proud of best online graduate nursing programs, best online bachelor's programs, but most important for best online programs for veterans. These rankings are a testament to the quality of education that the University of Utah provides to its online students. Now, when it comes to tuition, like it is for on-campus tuition, the University of Utah's online graduate programs are affordable compared to other universities. The average tuition for online graduate programs is about the same as the Pac-12 average, making it a great choice for students who are looking for quality education at an affordable price. In addition, tuition for undergraduate online programs at the University of Utah is the lowest in the Pac-12 conference. What I'd like to do is show you the number of online sections that are offered. You can see that there was a big spike in online sections and online courses offered during the pandemic. This is no surprise. And while that has leveled off, the majority of students taking at least one online course per year has stayed the same. And you'll see it looks like it's down a little bit for 2022 and 23, but that's because we're not counting spring semester yet. What this means is that students are able to enjoy greater flexibility, so the on-campus students, in their schedules and complete their degree requirements more quickly. Now, I hope many of you have taken advantage of our online courses. If you have any questions, we're always here, so please reach out. And with that, I'll turn our time back to our moderator, Sean Wood.
All right, thank you very much. So far we have one question, and Dr. Montoya or Jason, this may be for you. Last year, we all know that Governor Cox announced at a press conference about the tuition freeze. And so is the decision not to raise tuition a result of that proposal?
Thanks, Sean. Yeah, I'm happy to address that question. So yes, Governor Cox did recommend a tuition freeze in October. We reflected internally on how we could make that work. We feel a great amount of support from the governor and our state legislature and are very grateful for the support that we've received. This year, we have determined that we can survive with a 0% tuition increase while maintaining our current level of service. Future years, it's yet to be determined, but yes, this year we will be at 0% tuition in alignment with the governor's recommendation.
All right, thank you. That is the only question that's been submitted so far. So in the chat, I posted that if anybody has any additional questions, they can submit those after today's hearing to svpaa@utah.edu, and someone will get back to you with an answer. I'd like to thank all of our panelists today. Thank you for taking the time and preparing such detailed information for our students. And I hope everyone has a great day, and go Utes.